The world is drowning in warmth. We are told to feel everything, to lean in, to be vulnerable. But when the ship is sinking, the man screaming and crying with the passengers is useless. The man who is cold, the one who calculates the weight of the lifeboats while ignoring the pleas for mercy, is the only one who saves lives. Empathy has been sold to you as a feeling. That is a lie. Feeling what someone else feels is just a shared panic. True empathy is the ability to stay frozen while everyone else burns. Today, we stop being nice. Today, we become effective. In the next 7 minutes, I will strip away the guilt you feel for being distant. I'm going to teach you the architecture of the ice wall, a psychological barrier that separates your decision-making from your heartstrings. You will learn the difference between affective empathy and cognitive empathy. One is a cage, the other is a superpower. By the end of this film, you will understand that being cold is not a lack of emotion. It is the ultimate mastery over it. You will become the person people lean on when the world ends, because you are the only one who isn't shaking. You are tired, not because you work too hard, but because you care too much. You are an emotional sponge. You walk into a room and absorb the bitterness of your boss, the anxiety of your partner, the hidden resentment of your friends. You carry their bags. You offer advice they don't follow. You lose sleep over problems that aren't yours. This isn't kindness. It's a slow-motion suicide of the self. You have no boundaries because you think boundaries are mean, so you let the world bleed you dry. You are a hollow shell of a person masquerading as a good friend. It's time to stop the leak. We are wired for contagious emotion. When you see someone cry, your brain's mirror neurons fire as if you are crying. This is a primitive survival mechanism. It kept the tribe together. But in the modern world, it is a vulnerability exploited by manipulators. We must distinguish between two paths: affective empathy and cognitive empathy. Emotional empathy is a feedback loop. If you feel their pain, you are compromised. You cannot think clearly. You are a second victim. Cognitive empathy is data. You understand their pain, but you do not host it. You see the fire. You don't jump into it. This is the cold state. In psychology, this is known as self-other differentiation. It is the ability to recognize where you end and the other person begins. Without it, you are just a mirror. With it, you are a mountain. In 1847, Ignaz Semmelweis watched his colleagues die. The hospitals were death traps. The doctors were warm. They cared. They comforted the dying mothers. Then they moved to the next bed with the same unwashed hands, spreading death while trying to give love. Semmelweis chose coldness. He stopped focusing on the emotional comfort of the patients. He focused on the data, the grime, the invisible cadaverous particles. He enforced a brutal, sterile, cold protocol. Wash your hands in chlorine. He was mocked, he was called heartless, but his cold obsession with cleanliness dropped the death rate from 18% to 1%. He didn't need to feel the mother's grief to save her. He needed to be detached enough to see the truth that their caring hands were the killers. The cold man sees the bacteria. The warm man only sees the tears. To achieve the art of being cold, you must master the 4 layers of the ice wall. Layer 1, the tactical delay. When an emotional bomb is dropped, wait. Do not respond for 10 seconds. In those 10 seconds, ask, is this my emotion or theirs? If it is theirs, visualize it as a mist passing through you. Layer 2, the Stoic Circle. Map your environment. Place their problem outside your circle. You can provide resources, you can provide logic, but you cannot provide your peace of mind. Layer 3, the buffer zone. Define your non-negotiables. If someone is dumping trauma on you, use the redirection pivot. Say, I hear you are hurting. What is your plan to fix it? This forces them out of the victim state and protects your mental space. Layer 4, radical truth. Being cold means being honest. People hate the truth because it burns, but a cold truth is more empathetic than a warm lie. Tell them what they need to hear, not what makes them feel better. They will call you robotic. They will say you don't care. Let them. When the crisis hits, when the divorce happens, when the business fails, when the illness comes, they will not go to the person who cries with them. They will come to you, because you are the only one who can see the path out of the woods. Your coldness is the greatest gift you can give them. It is the lighthouse in the storm. You are the rock. Rocks don't feel, they endure. And because they endure, they provide a foundation for everything else to grow. You have built the ice wall. You are now untouchable. But there is a danger in the frost. If you stay cold for too long, you might forget how to find the sun when you actually need it. There is a level beyond detachment, a state where you don't just survive the world, you dictate it. It's the shadow of the king. It's what happens when a cold man decides he no longer wants to be a foundation, but a creator. But that requires you to confront the one person you haven't detached from yet, yourself. In our next deep dive, we look at the ego death of the high performer. The journey is just beginning. Stay cold, stay aware.